Okay, we're out of our executive session. And we are going to do our pledge with the scout group. And let's see here. You guys come up a little further. Yeah, you can go in front there. Just face the. Yeah, just work somewhere there. Yeah. So that's our flag. So we're going to place a flag. You probably want to tell people to take their hats off and stand up, right? So I want to ask people to say, please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Go ahead and say that.
May everyone please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Nice. Take your hats off and face the flag.
Take your hats off and please face the flag.
Perfect. Okay, now we'll just turn around right there. Yeah. Go ahead and start.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you guys so much. And then we're going to have you, we're going to have you guys do the scout law. So you're all going to do it all together. So here's your leader right here, and we'll just follow. Okay. Well, let's look at your leader here.
God is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Nice job. Thank you guys for coming so much. So we'd like you to stay up here. We're going to, look at that. We're going to have you scoot back, kind of back there. We're going to get a picture. The city council is going to stand up, kind of stand right behind them. And we're going to get a couple pictures here. We're going to post them on our social media, okay? So who do we got? Guys. You guys did great. Thank you guys for coming so much. Nice. We had a little tour a few minutes ago with them. We had excellent questions. Thank you, parents, for being leaders.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we have all of our city council people here tonight. And at this point, we will do our citizens' comment. It's an opportunity for anybody in the community to come up for a period of 3 minutes. Just state your name and address for the record. And who's first? We have anybody? Anybody online? Okay, no citizen comments tonight. We'll go to our consent items.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion for City Council to approve the agenda, vouchers, and minutes from previous meetings. Approve city project number 2213, Millerdale Irrigation Canal Bridge right-of-way acquisition, Ruby and Stephen Harden. City project number 2213, Millerdale Irrigation Canal right-of-way acquisition, Darkus Voter. City project number 2320, Crawford Okanagan intersection improvements right-of-way acquisition, the River Academy. Project number SW25-05, WWTP, aeration basin catwalk concrete repair final acceptance. I believe that is it.
This is the motion.
That's the motion?
Yeah,
Got it wrong?
sorry, Councilman Hornby.
More to it. Oh, I didn't read the paragraph. Sorry, guys. Where do I start here? Well, that was great. Yep. It's just a little bit different. And
Okay.
Okay.
Well, second?
you want to redo it? Mary, you want to redo it? Should I redo it?
Sure. Councilmember Hornby, that'd be great. Where we at, attorney?
So, by Robert's Rules of Order, you
Yeah,
would
help us.
withdraw the motion, because nobody seconded, so you can withdraw it,
I will withdraw the motion.
and now you can state a new one.
I would state a motion, Your Honor, I make a motion for the city council to approve the agenda vouchers and minutes from previous meetings, to authorize the mayor to sign the right-of-way acquisition documents for the acquisition of property right-of-ways from Ruby and Stephen Harden necessary for the construction of military irrigation canal bridge project, city project number 2213, to authorize the mayor's signature on the right-of-way transition documents for the acquisition of property right-of-ways for darkest voter necessary for the construction of the military irrigation canal bridge project, city project number 2213, to authorize the mayor to sign the right-of-way transaction documents for the acquisition property right from the River Academy necessary for the construction of the Crawford and Okanagan intersection improvements project, city project number 2320, and to accept the work performed by Combine Construction, Inc. on wastewater treatment plant, aeration basin catwalk concrete repairs, city project number SW25-05, and further authorize the mayor to sign the final contract voucher certification on behalf of the city of Wenatchee.
Second?
We have a motion by Councilmember Hornby and a second by Councilmember Atkinson for city council to approve the agenda vouchers and minutes from previous meeting to authorize the mayor to sign the right-of-way transaction documents for the acquisition of property rights from Ruby and Stephen Harden necessary for the construction of the Millardale Irrigation Canal Bridge Project, city project number 2213, and authorize the mayor to sign the right-of-way transaction documents for the acquisition of property rights from darkest voter necessary for the construction of the Millardale Irrigation Canal Bridge Project, city project number 2213, to authorize the mayor to sign the right-of-way transaction documents for the acquisition of property rights from the River Academy necessary for the construction of the Crawford and Okanagan intersection improvement project, city project number 2320, and accept the work performed by the Combined Construction Incorporated on the wastewater treatment plant aeration basin catwalk concrete repairs, city project number SW25-05, and further authorize the mayor to sign the final contract voucher certification on behalf of the city of Wenatchee. Any discussion or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we have a certificate of recognition. Let's see, Clementine Bellinger. There you are, come on. Let's see, can you come down with me? Yes, sir. Okay, Councilmember Hornby.
Yeah.
Councilmember Hornby's going to hear me. And then, after we do this presentation, the scouts, you're welcome to leave or stay. But it's always nice, we always recognize people that are great in our community. So Clementine's going to turn around for us. And we're going to recognize as a nominee for the AWC Center for Quality Communities Scholarship. The nomination reflects her academic achievement. What's academic achievement? What's that? You guys know what that is? What is it?
Working hard at school.
There you go. Civic leadership, that's what you guys are doing here. And commitment to serving our community. Being selected as a nominee is meaningful honor for a testament to Clementine's dedication and potential. On behalf of the City Council and our residents, we congratulate Clementine and commend her for representing our community so well. So when she was younger, she participated in many things. She's going to tell us a couple things she's participated in, and then she's going to tell us what her goals are and what some other things about you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Well, when I was about your guys' age, I started volunteering a whole lot. I would volunteer with my grandma up at Alethea, where we worked with kids with special needs, to through horse therapy, and then I also volunteered at places such as Bambino Baseball, where we would work with kids with special needs to play baseball, and Brave Warrior Project, all those sorts of things. And then as I've grown up, I've been participating in 3 competitive level sports. I did competitive gymnastics, volleyball, and softball. And within those sports, I held leadership positions, and I always tried to talk for my team, that sort of thing, just making sure I was a good enough leader for them. And then as I've gotten older, I've volunteered to coach the Wenatchee wide school district middle school softball team. I've umpired for softball, all those sorts of things, and I coach gymnastics at one of the local gyms here in Wenatchee. And right now I'm also a commissioner on the Parks, Arts, and Rec Board of Wenatchee. And at school, I do college and the high school classes, AP classes, president of a few clubs, just try to stay involved in that type of thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Impressive, huh? This is what we look at. I was like, man, he's busier than I am, that's for sure. So, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
AWC. This year.
Whatever you decide. Clementine will stay. No, I'm just kidding.
We have sports still.
No, I'm sure. I was like, thanks
Can
for taking the time to come here.
can we mention something to her?
Yeah.
Clementine, before you leave, as I was looking at your application with other council members along, I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. Work hard, represent our city, and represent the youth of what you do. My admirers and respect to you. Thank you.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to our action items. Darcy, there you are.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. I'm Darcy Ronning, Utility Projects Manager for the Public Works Department. I am here tonight to request a motion for the City Council to award the construction contract of the generators for critical water infrastructure known as City Project 2307 to the lowest responsive bidder, Midland Electric, and authorize the mayor to sign the contract documents. A quick overview, although I think a lot of you are very familiar with this project at this point. The city requested grant funding through the Chelan County Hazard Mitigation Wildfire Resiliency Program and successfully was awarded $1 million to purchase generators, which will be installed at what we call our critical water infrastructure, which includes our water reservoirs and our wastewater treatment plant. In total, we have 9 generators we've purchased with this grant money, and we are now ready to install them. We went out for a competitive bid. We got 4 responsive bidders, and Midland Electric came in as the low apparent bidder. Their bid was approximately $347,000. And the engineer's estimate was $346,854.40. We are satisfied that they are within range of our estimate, and we are looking forward to getting these installed and having the wildfire resiliency with that additional power. Be happy to answer any questions about the project or the generators.
And this was brought up at finance today.
Yes, it was brought up at finance as well.
This is a great project, excited to see it happen. When can we get a tour?
Sure. The project has to be complete by May 15th, so
Soon.
mid-project or May 16th.
Great earrings, by the way.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion for City Council to award the construction contract for the generators for critical water infrastructure, City Project number 2307, to the lowest responsive bidder, Midland Electric, and authorize the mayor to sign the contract documents.
Second?
We have a motion by Councilmember Rosenstein and a second by Councilmember Miller for City Council to award the construction contract for the generators for critical water infrastructure, City Project Number 2307, to the lowest responsible bidder, Midland Electric, and authorize the mayor to sign the contract documents. Any other discussion or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a great
Darcy.
night.
Felt low. Microphone was a little too far away. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have two agenda items bring to you tonight. The first is an interlocal agreement with the Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority for lobbying services that have been done at the federal level. This is a continuation and addendum number 2 of an agreement that was first entered into in 2024, at which point the lobbying agreement was entered into to work on our Apple Capital Loop project, and these have been our lobbyists who have stood for that. In 2024, the city agreed to spend $60,000 that year, $5,000 a month for these services jointly with the Port Authority. In 2025, the agreement was renewed for $30,000 for the year, so $2,500 a month. And what's coming forward today is the same services for 2026, again at $2,500 a month. The funding is all from the Apple Capital Loop project budget, so there is no impact to general fund or other funds outside, and it's within the scope of that. The reason you may be hearing from this the first time about this, prior agreements were carried out through the city administrator exclusively and not through council. With this year's spend, it takes it over $100,000 total. We felt it was important that you hear from this, hear what's going on, and hear how we're spending this money. We would have to, I think, say it's been successful to date working with this firm and getting the things we need to have phase 1 completed and funded. And I did take this to finance earlier today.
I'm certainly in favor of continuing those lobbying efforts, but just curious, have we heard anything from them in terms of prospects for do we have any reason for optimism from the federal government, or, yeah?
That would probably be a better question for Tom.
Yeah.
Happy to step in. We've met already with David Martin, our federal lobbyist contact, and so right now, obviously our main focus is Confluence Parkway. So there's a current build grant application process open for the federal level, so that's what we're pursuing right now for some supplemental funding for Confluence Parkway. So obviously we're using David's expertise to kind of navigate and gather some support from our federal delegation. In terms of other funding opportunities, that's about it for right now, but we're obviously going to keep close eye on the federal level.
Sure, thanks.
And that one's a $25 million one, is that correct?
That's correct. So the max award on that is $25 million.
Okay.
Yep.
And I believe we get I'd call it a discount because we kind of coordinate with the port on this lobbyist. That's what it seems like. Any other questions?
I'll make a motion for the city council to approve the interlocal agreement addendum number 2 between the city of Wenatchee and Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority for federal lobbyist support and authorize the mayor's signature.
Second?
We have a motion by Councilmember Atkinson and second by Councilmember Navarro Gomez for city council to approve interlocal agreement addendum number 2 between the city of Wenatchee and Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority for federal lobbyist support and authorize the mayor's signature. Any other discussion or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
My next agenda item tonight is the Comprehensive Emergency Management Plan, which is done by Chelan County. I brought an extra Reinfeld with me, who happens to be the head of emergency management, Sergeant Jason Reinfeld with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. This is a periodic renewal in our agreement to participate in Chelan County's emergency management program. It is a county-level program. They also just completed their 5-year audit with the State Department of Emergency Management, and so everything appears to be in order. It's an extremely lengthy packet item. It's 728 pages or some very large number like that. The critical elements for us in the city are the annexes at the end, one for emergency services, as in your Wenatchee Police Department, and the other for Public Works and Mr. Wacholder's department. We're just bringing this motion forward and looking for the council to authorize a signature. It's making the rounds right now with all the other city mayors to be adopted.
And in the meantime, Sheriff Morrison's back there too to help support. So I want to make sure we
I
recognize
saw everybody's
him.
eyes jump back there. They were looking at someone, but I decided not to turn around.
Great.
But I would gladly entertain any questions on this.
I personally believe interlocal agreements like this are the most important ones we have, because all of the players can come together quickly, and obviously the EOC is here in the city, and all of the agencies need to be training together, as we know from past experiences, including last summer, to be able to execute the evacuations when necessary, to get the most, shall we say, available resources up there to start evacuating areas, or to get the fire resources into an area to deal with a wildfire. We know there's a lot of other natural disasters that could come into play, and that's why this plan is so long and so comprehensive. And just a quick compliment to the sheriff and his staff. I've watched social media over the last couple of years and how quickly emergency management gets social media updates out to our community, to those folks who follow. It's amazing. And let's face it, social media is full of a lot of inaccurate information, a lot of misrepresentation, but their team has done an excellent job, in my opinion.
I would agree, sir. They also have the largest local following for any government. And so when the message comes from CCEM, it reaches more people than anything else we can do combined all at once.
So a brain tickler for me, thank you for being here, was the 34 hazard list, ranking from cyber attack all the way down to tsunami. Glad to see that wasn't number one here. Is 25 the highest? It's like it 1 through 25, like the risk assessment? Or is there a lower one? Sorry, I did get a little geeky on this.
So I don't know which part you're referring to.
Page
necessarily.
16, not that you have it in front of you.
Right. So I'd have to have some context on
Sure.
what surrounds that. Usually our top five in there, you know, we have wildfires up there, flooding is in the top five. And then I think they've even added smoke or air quality is in there as well.
So this is the relative risk score. On this form, it goes 1 through 25. 1 looks like a tsunami is the lowest. I didn't know if there was a 30 or a 50.
No, I don't think it gets higher than that.
Okay, thank you. That's number 1 then, cyber attack, wildfire. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Wait, while he's here, who else got questions for him? Let's have some. Put him on the spot. I guess not.
I can add to it. This is something Stan Smoke in our office puts a lot of work into. Every year in that 5-year cycle, he submits our updated plan to the state because it's continually updated as things are needed. And it's just this 5th year is when it gets submitted for review, and that's where we land today, looking for signatures for implementation. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
And thank you for being here tonight.
Your Honor, I will move for City Council to approve and implement the 2026 Chelan County Emergency Management Plan and authorize the mayor's signature.
Second.
A motion by Councilmember Harold and second by Councilmember Clevis for City Council to approve and implement the 2026 Chelan County Emergency Management Plan and authorize the mayor's signature. Any discussion or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. I am bringing 2 items forward this evening. Thank God it's not still this morning. The first one I have is a MOU for the city and AFSCME. And what this is doing is, this is kind of a clerical thing that we are bringing forward, as it already did exist in the last contract, but unfortunately during our fall negotiations, we neglected to actually place it into the new CBA. So what we're asking is for the MOU to move forward, and what it's doing is providing an additional $1 per hour to our police department certified record specialist trainers.
who are oversee and they're overseeing the onboarding and training of newly hired record specialists. So the premium the premium has been established an established practice. So we are asking for that to move forward. Any questions?
I'll make a motion for the city council to authorize the mayor to execute a memorandum of understanding between the city and ASME to continue the record specialist training premium pay.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Atkinson, second by Councilmember Hornby, for city council authorize the mayor to execute a memorandum of understanding between the city and ASME to continue the record specialist training premium pay. Any other discussion or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Second item is a request to adopt ordinance 2026-04, which authorizes a classification realignment for two of our positions. First one's the city streets maintenance supervisor, and the other is the parks maintenance supervisor position. So the proposed adjustment to the streets maintenance supervisor is intended to maintain an internal alignment of our supervisors at Public Works who oversee CDL employees. So this supports an equitable salary placement among the Public Works supervisors. And currently we have one of those supervisors that sits one pay grade below, so we're just asking for him to be bumped to the same pay grade as the other two. The other position, the Parks Maintenance Supervisor, this is twofold. First, we would like to move this position from a non-exempt status to an exempt status, as currently this employee is incurring overtime, and it is at approximately averaged at a $17,276 per year. So the secondary to this is moving that to a pay grade where we would incur a $10,648 per year increase for that person, but we're eliminating that overtime, so technically we would be saving an estimated $6,000 per year for that position. So that's what we're asking for. Any questions?
To move the position from represented to non-represented, is there?
No, this is not a union position.
Oh, okay, it was not.
Okay. If no one else has questions, I would like to make a motion for City Council to adopt ordinance number 2026-04, establishing positions for regular status employment within the City of Wenatchee Management Administrative Group, fixing the compensation to be paid starting March 1st, 2026 until the end of the calendar year, and repealing ordinance number 2026-02.
Second?
We have a motion by Councilmember Navarro Gomez and second by Councilmember Miller for City Council to adopt ordinance number 2026-04, establishing positions for regular status employment within the City of Wenatchee Management Administration Group, fixing the compensation to be paid starting March 1st, 2026 until the end of the calendar year, and repealing ordinance number 2026-02. Any other discussion or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Let's see, we got a couple, Chief, do you mind going first? You had an update on a couple things?
No, not at all. Good news, we continue to hire. Good news, people continue to finish training successfully, so that's great. So 2 more have completed training, as you may have noticed on our social media, and our next lateral officer will start March 9th, who's coming to us from Enumclaw, where she's currently an officer, but she's engaged to somebody here, so she's moving here. So good news for us. She comes very experienced, and we'll have you folks meet her in the future. The other bit of news, a lot of police equipment is terribly expensive and sometimes confusing, and never easy to contract. After an extended period trying to decide what to do for TASER for our next extension, negotiated a contract right at the end of the year for an upgrade to, it's the TASER 7 platform. It's not the most current tool they offer, but it is the tool most similar to the one we're leaving, and one with a much shallower learning curve. So we'll be deploying that shortly within budget. We looked at potentially eliminating the TASER from a tool we carry due to cost, as costs continue to spiral, but the vendor came to us finally with a quote that was acceptable, and it allows us to keep a standoff, less lethal tool on the belt, on the duty belt of all of our officers in the field. So it's a tool we don't use very often, but when we do need to go to that and try to de-escalate a situation, it's a very helpful tool. So those will be rolled out over the next 2 months, replacing our existing platform with an upgraded one. And we entered into an agreement for 5 years, so we won't have to do this again for a little while, which is nice.
Thank you, Chief. We have been, where I've been getting multiple calls and emails regarding the library. I'm going to ask Glenn if you don't mind coming up a little bit and talking about how what we can and can't do. The library is not owned by the city of Wenatchee. When I receive calls, I encourage people to educate people, just tell the facts and encourage them. Some of the comments we receive is, I'm not going to bring my kids down there. Well, we can't force the library to do anything, but I encourage them to contact the library and let them know if they're frustrated. But Glenn, maybe you can help a little bit more with that, if you don't mind.
I can just add a little bit to that. So we have received calls and our complaint on our online system. I think one or more council members have received complaints as well. So we did an investigation on the property ownership, and even though the sidewalk looks like it's city right-of-way, where the folks are congregating and camping and sometimes blocking the entrance is actually owned by the library system. So staff, just in looking at this, the city just wants to make it known that the city fully supports every individual's right to access the public library system. That's not the issue here. It's concerns of the citizens on feeling safe and comfortable going into the library. And as a city, we regularly engage with homeless residents to offer shelter, options, wraparound services, and pathways to stability. At the same time, we enforce city codes that prohibit camping on city-owned property and managed property, and work with private property owners as they have similar requests. We don't, our program is based on not believing that allowing homeless individuals to camp in public spaces without supported services is compassionate or sustainable. And we recognize the impacts that can have on surrounding businesses and residents. And so we have a different compassionate approach that believes it's better to offer services and shelter instead of having folks be in those situations. So at this time, we have been in communication with the library. They have indicated that they're not, that their employer isn't interested in our assistance. We understand that some residents may not feel comfortable accessing the library with that situation. We hope that the library reaches out to us, and we remain available to provide assistance to them, to offer services to the homeless individuals, and to also change that comfort situation at the library for that important service the library provides for our community. At this time, though, we, as the mayor mentioned, we really encourage folks to contact the library in management administration, and we have that contact information here. The gentleman's name is Kyle, I hope I get this name right, Hotzeninga. But we have email and contact information for folks. And so if you get a call or inquiry, or if the public is interested, the correct place to make that call is the library administration. Any questions I can try to answer?
I did receive a call from someone who moved here from Spokane because of dealing with homelessness issues in their neighborhood, in the alley, that kind of thing. And so they were quite concerned. It was a very reasonable phone call. I suspected that this was a library issue, and I did contact Josh. I wanted to just shout out to him, got, back to me, and we had a good conversation. He invited the gentleman to call him, and I also spoke with him about contacting the library, and I spoke with the library too, but so appreciate your update here.
Yeah, you bet.
And like Glenn, we're welcome. When they want help, we'll help them. But it's just like an individual, so it's a library. When they want us to help, we're going to be there for them. So, but can't make them do it. Thank you, Glenn, very
Thank
much
you.
for doing that. I know we met 3 or 4 times. I'm not sure if I'm going to do some type of media release or not, but I think it's important to the community, because a lot of cities might own the library. I think it's important that people know the truth of what's going on. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do we have anything else?
Sure, I can give a real quick update. We've been working on implementing a new utility billing software. We went live with that internally on Wednesday morning. We went live yesterday morning. Man, it's been a long week. So we are currently working on catching up data in our new system, and we are training staff, and things are going very smooth for how big of a change this is, and we're excited to keep moving forward. We expect Tuesday that we will start pushing out information to customers about how to create their new online accounts and set up their bill pay, auto pay via credit card through that system. Today we had our first online payment come through because I went on there and paid my utility bill just to make sure it was working right. And so it went through and things seem to be working. We just need another day or two to make sure we can tell people how to do it themselves.
I know your staff you got your staff all ready to, when people come in, we're going to take the time and help them through the process.
Yep.
So, yeah. So if you get calls, then encourage them they can call, we can guide them through it. We're going to take the time and do that.
Yeah, setting up your account is very much like setting up any other online account with having to put in your email address, pick a password, and then check your email for the confirmation code, and then you go online, and as long as you have a utility bill, a prior utility bill, you'll have the information you need to set up your new account. And it's way more user-friendly than our old site, so that is very exciting.
Thank you for working, your whole staff on this, so. All right, I think Councilmember Cuevas, we'll just go down the line here.
Okay. I attended the WDA annual dinner. We were there last weekend. I also attended with Councilmember Atkinson. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember the name of the task force. Is it Traffic Safety Task Force?
Safe schools, or Safe Streets for All?
Yes.
Right.
So we participated in that, and coming down to bringing out ideas, we were comparing the whole state and the cities within our city and our region compared to other about accidents and safety for pedestrians, bicyclists, you name it. My mind just went blank, but we were there and we want to make a Wenatchee action plan for the future. So we're all of us were partnering. If you want to fill in, Councilmember, because that's what I did. I think
No.
There's a lot more, but yeah.
So maybe a Wenatchee plan to get a group together, is that what the idea is, or?
Well,
I'm just curious, yeah.
Say that question again.
Well, I was just kind of curious, so it's a Wenatchee plan to get people together to see what direction we
Well,
want to go?
Safe Streets for All is a grant that we received,
Yeah.
and so this is just a stakeholder meeting to get started, and we'll be continuing to meet. And then kind of alongside that is a Target Zero group that is meeting more regionally, but there is some overlap to those two. But, yeah, good start.
Thank you.
Councilmember Miller?
I don't have any meetings to report about. I have an inquiry about AWC conference, but we can deal with that later.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We will have our first Legislative Priorities Committee meeting for AWC on May 1st, which is the All Service Club Luncheon. I will be in Olympia. But the reason I bring it up is if you have concerns or ideas or anything that you see should be brought up to this committee as far as their lobbying for the 2027 legislative session, now's the time to get those thoughts to me. So, and that includes staff, anything we can do, so.
News from the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council. They'll be celebrating Thursday, the 19th,
the open house ribbon cutting of their new facility, 4:30 to 6:30. Everyone's welcome to join. They also were nominated for Nonprofit of the Year, and that'll be at the Chamber Banquet on April 16th. And then this Sunday is an opportunity for one of their fundraisers. It's called Empty Bowls, where you can go paint a bowl at Pybus Market, and then they bake it for you. I think that's the correct term, baking a bowl. But then, on another day in April, you go and you get a free soup dinner that you can eat out of the bowls. So, and you don't have to make a bowl to join the soup dinner. But yeah, the good causes and good events.
Have you had a chance to go to the health district? Has there been a meeting yet?
One meeting, my first meeting, yes.
Okay.
Nothing major to report on that, but yeah.
Okay, thanks for representing us
Thank you.
there. That's the first time we're getting represented.
Yeah, no,
So,
yeah. It was Mayor Crawford who I think position I'm taking over, so big shoes.
That's Empty Bowls is a great event. It's down at Pybus. Get down there, make your bowl, have a lot of fun. So it was a WDA week or so. I had sat on a subcommittee for the WDA called the Economic Vitality Committee. Trying to make sure we're in line for doing the plants again this next year. Also some facade improvements, keeping the downtown fresh and looking good. Also went to the WDA dinner, and Councilmember Cuevas outdressed me. He looked really sharp. And then Tuesday, I had the WDA board meeting. We went over our work plan for 26, also requirement for certification for the Washington State Downtown Main Street program. So busy week with the WDA. Well, I also helped set up the dinner for about 2 hours. Long week.
So in addition to traffic safety, we also had traffic safety presentation. I'll let you talk about that. At Junior City Council, and Public Services met this week, and we'll be hearing more about that, water and et cetera.
Yeah.
So,
Just a quick reminder for Misawa delegation, application window is open right now to February 19th. So if anyone is interested, and even if you're not interested for this year, you can also just go into the website and just share that you are interested in maybe in the future or even hosting. They're always looking for new host families. As you know, we send people from our community, but they also bring people here. Yes, our Junior City Council met last week, and we had a very productive meeting. We had Brooklyn, and she shared more information regarding traffic safety. Our youth is very empowered. They're really excited. We actually have a follow-up date where our youth will be part of like a youth clinic safety, traffic garden, where they get to teach young children how to use lanes appropriately and just all the basics. So we're really excited to see how the fruits of the presenters and how that's allowing our youth to really go out and be part and be more invested in what they can do in our community. The only other thing that I would say is I am very thankful for AWC. I was not able to attend the recent full-day training for new city council members, but everything is posted on the website. So just encouraging anyone who hasn't had a chance, we have some really great speakers. So that's it for me.
Great. Did anybody sign up for going to Misawa yet?
Not yet.
Off the city council? Okay. Deadline soon.
Yes, we do.
Whoever hasn't gone. if
I
they-
see Top, he's like, yes, let's do it again.
Just, if you haven't gone, then maybe somebody interested. I guess that's it. Let's see, the city attorney has us do one more thing. What is that?
I'll move to adjourn tonight's meeting.
second?
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.